Buck. Pocket rock. Oh, look at these dendrites in the ice. Stop. Interesting something. No idea what this is. Pocket. Yeah, we had a very dry summer, so the beach is twice as large as it usually is. You can see where the black line is. That's up there. That's where the water usually goes by that. Hold up, Buck. It's a retention pond, so that's where the water comes into the pond, and you'll see that not a whole lot's been coming in. You can actually walk across here right now, which is not something you can do in the summer. So let's take a peek and see if we can find anything good here. Hold up, Buck. Mama's looking for rocks. Ooh, look at all that split there. Don't usually see anything in these guys, but it's worth a peek. Take home one slice and see if there's anything interesting. Okay, let's go take Buck on a walk away from the pond for a bit. He's just not wanting to be here right now. Here's the first one, piece of chert. See if we can get a little bit close up, see if there's any obvious fossils in this one. Perhaps some bryozoa kind of thing there. There's always some bits of fossils here and there. What do we have? We're about 6.5 times magnification here. Ah, there's something. Oh, there's something there over in lower left. Oh my goodness, it's shaking. Gotta hold these still better. Yeah, so there's some fossils in this one. I love the chert. Let's see what's the next one that's going to look like. I think we'll just look at all the cherts together. Look at the other couple of ones I got. So these have all been washed, scrubbed good with some detergent, scrub brush. The dark ones are so interesting. That's the next piece. Might be a side. What's the right word? A profile of a brachiopod, perhaps. You can always see the little bits of corals. Bryozoas coming up over there above my thumb. Look at the other side. Probably a crinoid up there in the corner. Not sure what the track looking thing is. Maybe get a better look at that after it's tumbled. It's black. Now this black is not always black. When we put it in the tumbler, we'll find out for sure. It's the bottom of the, well, these weren't in the bottom of the pond really, but a lot of the black rocks that come out of the pond, if they've been sitting on the bottom of the pond directly, they get a black staining on them. It doesn't wash off, but might tumble off. You can see here it's not black all over. It does have brown on it too, so even it'd be nice if it actually stayed the two colors. It's very pretty together. Kind of looks like a shell impression more than a fracture. We have a, I'm thinking bryozoa here. Some tiny little bits up above it. Very pretty. Red, pretty. These bits will be for adding to the barrels as the ones that we put in a little over a week ago get smaller. Every weekend I change the grit out to clean them off, put a new bunch of the 6090 in, and because they're smaller you need to add a little extra, so that's what these ones are going to wind up being added to the barrels as we need extras. There's a piece of black and mostly black and white, I'd say, gray tones, a little bit tan thrown in but not so much. What's going on that rock, so it'll be interesting to see what it turns out like. And then there was one more piece of chert that we picked up on Sunday. Usually if there's stuff like this on the outside, up here, this stuff over on this side probably will get ground off, but then the very light stuff you see in here will show up better when it's tumbled. That'll be a pretty piece. This, you know how I said earlier that the bottom of the pond stains the rocks black? Pretty sure that's what that is there, is staining from the pond. But another good one to either tumble as whole or bust it in a couple of pieces and tumble it in smaller pieces. This is a curious piece that we found. Part of me says, oh, it's just a piece of lava landscape rock, which I suppose is possible. I suppose it could be something like a pumice too, because it's extremely light. So I don't think it's any kind of fossil, but just an odd piece of rock. Next one, if I was in Colorado, I'd say this was gneiss. So I suppose it could be nice, because it could have come down with the glaciers. Like last week I had that nice big piece of basalt. It certainly isn't a sandstone. When it was dirty, it kind of looked like a piece of petrified wood, but now that it's clean, it's more sparkly. So I'm thinking some kind of gneiss, perhaps. But if it's nice, it came a long way to get to here. So as long as we have the probable gneiss in the other one, this one's got a much larger grain. Looks more like a mica schist. So if that's a piece of mica schist, somebody's been throwing rocks in the pond, because this is not something that would have come down with the glacier. This is a mountain rock. At least that's the only places I've ever seen them or collected them. Looks like it in the Rockies. So, but it was theirs and it was different, so it got picked up. Looks like feldspar, but I didn't find any shimmer on it anywhere. So it's probably just a really weathered piece of granite. I don't think it's, I suppose it could be chert, but if it's chert, it's got the like fossily patterns on it. It's just the wrong color. It's too pink. Oh, tumble it and take it from there. And then there's the last piece that I have that was the sandstone that had broken apart with the freeze thaw. Didn't really see anything between the layers here, but give you guys an opportunity to take a peek, see if you see anything that I didn't see. This is about 7 times magnification here. suppose those little black dots could be something. Not really sure. Hard to tell. Perhaps put it under the microscope and get a better look at it there. So we'll set that piece aside. Like I said, when I picked it up, I didn't expect really to find anything, but you always gotta take your chance and might get lucky someday and there'll be a trilobite in it or something really cool like that.